Hey, what's going on everybody? Commander Crane here, and we are back with another Pioneer deck tech. So today, we're going to be talking about $50 Dimir Dragon Control in Pioneer. I'm really excited to bring this list to you. As always, before we hop into the deck list here, let me know at the end of the video, what do you think about the list? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What would you change? And as always, if there's any suggestions that you have for an upcoming deck tech, just let me know in the comment section below. So, obviously, for those who are long-lasting viewers of the channel, I love dragons. But, you know, typically we build a lot of green-based, red-based dragons and such. We don't play a lot of blue or black dragons. So today we're going to be talking about $50 Dimir Dragon Control. There's definitely a couple unique cards that we're going to be playing in this list. And let's just hop right into here. Enough talk. We're playing 4 Opts, 1 blue instant, scry 1, draw a card, just a really good card draw spell, obviously, especially for our budget deck, because it is very budget friendly. We're playing 4 Disfigure, 1 black instant, target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Just a really great removal spell for 1 black mana, very budget friendly, that's why we're playing it. We're also playing 4 Power Word Kills, 1 and a black instant, destroy target non-angel, non-demon, non-devil, non-dragon creature. Against most decks, this is just straight 2 mana destroy. There's a few decks in the format where this can be relevant, where we can't hit like an angel, a demon, or a dragon, but that's pretty few and far between for the most part. So Power Word Kill, definitely a very fantastic removal spell in the format. We are also playing 2 Thought Erasure, blue and a black sorcery, target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it, that player discards that card, and Surveil 1. I really liked this card a couple years ago when it was in Standard. I always thought it was a, pretty strong card overall in Pioneer, but obviously, with Thoughtseize being as relevant as it is, Thought Erasure has really struggled to find a place in the metagame, but however, with obviously us playing a budget deck, Thought Erasure is the perfect card for a deck like this. We are also playing 4 Silumgar Scorn, blue instant. As an additional cost to cast Silumgar Scorn, you may reveal a dragon from your hand. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. If you reveal a dragon or control the dragon as you cast it, counter that spell instead. So it's just counterspell if we have a dragon in our hand or in play, which is really cool. The force spiking can definitely be relevant, especially on the early turns of the game. We might not even need to reveal a dragon to our opponent if we don't need to. If they're just tapped out, then we just force spike them essentially with Silumgar Scorn. So very cool card. Definitely was a lot of the motivation for me to want to build the deck for sure. I've always been a huge fan of Silumgar Scorn. We're also playing 4 Sinister Sabotage, 1 blue instant, counter target spell, Surveil 1. 2 things that's great about this. 1, it's very budget friendly. But the second thing is, a lot of blue-black decks and blue-white decks in Pioneer already play Sinister Sabotage, which it feels really good, where a card we were already wanting to play, even in a non-budget deck, and we're just able to slide it in anyway. So Sinister Sabotage, absolutely fantastic card. So, I know what the main cards you've been waiting for here is our dragons, which we're almost there. We've got a couple cards we still have to talk about. We're playing 2 Murderous Rider. So we can play the Swift End side for 1 black instant adventure. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, you lose 2 life. Then the other side is a 2/3 for 3 with lifelink. When it dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. Murderous Rider, just a really efficient card in general. Obviously, all the rare Throne of Eldraine adventure cards are very powerful from this set, and Murderous Rider is definitely no exception. We are also playing 2 Narset Parter Veils, 5 loyalty legendary planeswalker Narset for 1 blue. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Then we can -2 look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature non-land card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Narset is a multi-format all-star, very powerful card in Pioneer for opposing decks that are trying to draw a lot of cards. Obviously, it stops that. In addition, we can keep digging for more removal spells, counter spells, board wipes with Narset's -2. So, absolutely fantastic card in the deck. We are also playing 3 Crux of Fate. It's 3 black sorcery. Choose 1. Destroy all dragon creatures. Destroy all non-dragon creatures. So, what's really great again with Crux of Fate is against 99% of creature decks, Crux of Fate's just going to kill all the creatures. I know there's unfortunately no universal 4-mana Wrath in this format for black. Most of the time you're playing Ritualist, which only hits 3 or less. There's Languished, which does -4/-4. It's really tough to find a black board wipe that does everything in the format, and Crux of Fate is currently the closest we have to that, which is very, very great for us because we can always choose non-dragon creatures. If we've got a couple of dragons in play, then our creatures survive and then theirs are taken out, which is absolutely fantastic. Crux of Fate, staple card in the deck. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. I know everybody's wondering to see how many dragons we're currently playing in the deck, and we are playing 6 dragons. We are playing 2 Icefall Regents, 2 Emirates, and 2 Dragonlord Silumgar. Icefall Regent is a 4/3 for 3 blue dragon with flying. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Icefall Regent. Spells your opponents cast that target Icefall Regent cost 2 more to cast. Obviously being able to permanently lock down a creature an opponent controls is a very, very powerful effect. And if they have any spells, removal spells that they're trying to take out an Icefall Regent with, it costs 2 more that target it. So obviously Icefall Regent, fantastic card in the deck. We're also playing 2, I always don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to call it Imarith. Let me know in the comment section below how do you pronounce this. But I'm going to say Imarith Desert Doom. It's a 5/5 for 3 blue legendary dragon with flying. Has Ward 4 as long as it is untapped. When it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then if you have fewer than 3 cards in your hand, draw cards equal to the difference. Essentially, this is kind of like a mono blue Ojutai from years past. Obviously, very fantastic card. Has Ward 4 if it's untapped, so it's pretty solid on defense. Then when we get in there, we get to draw some cards. What's not to love? Then, rounding out our dragons, we are playing 2 Dragonlord Silumgar. It's a 3/5 for 4 blue-black legendary creature Elder Dragon with flying and death touch. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature or planeswalker for as long as you control Dragonlord Silumgar. Obviously, being able to steal our opponent's best creature or planeswalker is a very, very good effect. On top of that, we also get a 3/5 flying death touch body. So, Dragonlord Silumgar definitely has the most potential to just steal a game from our opponent. We just get to take their best thing. What's not to love about Dragonlord Silumgar? So, alright, that is our main board except for our lands here. We're playing 4 Choked Estuary in 4 Sunken Hollow. Pretty much just the best budget dual land for us to be able to play in a deck like this. We're also playing 2 Hall of Storm Giants. Fantastic fast land that late game we could tap 5 and a blue and make it a 7/7 with Ward 3. Just fantastic man land, and it's great for our budget deck and non-budget decks as well. Rounding out our lands, we're playing 2 Field of Ruin. Obviously really good at destroying our opponent's non-basic lands, like Thespian Sage, Nykthos, that kind of thing. Opposing man lands like Mutavault and Lair of the Hydra. Just a great card in general to be playing. Then our basics, we're playing 8 islands and 5 swamps. As our fancy land of the day, I decided to play the Dimir lands from the Guild Kit. I think they're really, really cool art. I absolutely love the watermark on all of the Guild Kit lands, and these are no exception. So, that is our entire main board. We're going to hop into the sideboard here. We're playing 3 Tormod Scripts, absolutely fantastic against graveyard decks. We're playing 3 Duress, also really, really good against mid-range and control decks. Combo decks, also very good against as well. Duress is just an absolute powerhouse sideboard card, and bonus points if you build a deck and you play this exact art. It's my favorite art, and it's from Dragons of Tarkir, so it's very on theme with our dragon deck. We're also playing 2 Cling to Dust. Cling to Dust does honestly a lot of heavy lifting. We can bring it in against super aggro decks because we can exile, once we kill their creatures, we can exile them to gain some life. If our opponent's playing like Abzan Greasefang, for instance, we can exile their Greasefangs and their Parhelions and their Chariots just to keep them from bringing their stuff back. Cling to Dust, just an absolutely fantastic card in the sideboard. We're also playing 2 Aether Gusts. Bottom line, if our opponent's playing red or green decks, we pretty much want to board in the Aether Gusts. Being able to temporarily tuck their spell away or bounce their creature is absolutely fantastic. Sorry, not creature, permanent. But most of the time, we're going to be hitting creatures with this. We're also playing 3 Necromenches. Absolutely fantastic at if getting out any problematic card our opponents have. We can get their Nykthos, their Cavaliers, their Arclight Phoenixes, whatever that we don't want to deal with, we can bring in the Necromenches and we can get them out of our opponent's deck. So absolutely fantastic black card. If you're playing a black deck in Pioneer, you probably should be playing sideboard Necromenches. Then rounding out our sideboard, we're playing 2 Cry of the Carnariums. simply put, Cry of the Carnarium, we bring it against any small aggro deck. So it'd be okay against humans, but the main reason we want to play it is against like Boros Convoke. It's also pretty good against goblins and elves. Being able to get rid of all their creatures, give it a -2/-2, exiling them, and if any other creature for the rest of the turn also dies, we get to exile those as well. So Cry of the Carnarium is an absolutely fantastic 3-mana, what do they call that? Defile, I think it's Defile, or Plague, whatever. 3 mana, -2/-2. It's a fantastic effect to have in a deck like this. So that is the entire deck. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you like the list? Do you hate it? What would you change? I think this is a really, really fun deck. I'm definitely going to consider building this myself, especially because I love dragons. You know, obviously they're not red or green dragons, but they still look really, really fun to play. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining me, and I'm going to catch you in the next one.